Welcome to Volleyball, where we talk about all things BVI. I'm Bob Wall, and my co-host is Ty Atterbury.
All right, thank you for joining us in Bodie Ball Podcast. Today we're talking with Shaylene Todd from Oil Nut Bay, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into the COVID and how it's affecting Oil Nut Bay and what the future and immediate future looks like for you guys down there, Shaylene.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me here today. I'm really excited to talk with your followers. We miss everybody here in the BVI and can't wait to see you back on your boats and coming into Oil Nut Bay. The climate right now is pretty interesting. I mean, the borders reopened December 1st officially, but the protocols here were quite strict compared to other places in the Caribbean. I'm sure, as most of you know, it's been a bit of a struggle, especially for the charter and boating industry, being that you had to quarantine 4 days on a boat. We're really excited to announce that the Premier just declared that as of May 15th, if you are fully vaccinated, you really only need to do the first of the few steps that are involved right now, which is to sign up on the gateway with your negative tests before coming, and then test when you arrive. And when you get those negative results, you are free in the BVI. So you're looking at about a 24-hour quarantine now, which is a really different landscape for this next season than it has been in the last year. So exciting.
That is great news, and this is kind of breaking news just over the last couple of days. And I know there's still a lot of questions out there, Shaylene, things around, do kids need to be vaccinated, trip insurance. There's going to be some other questions, and hopefully we'll start to get some more answers about that as time goes on here.
Absolutely. That has been the way of the world the past little while, is you get a little bit of information and you hope for the best, and then you see how it plays out. And that's definitely the situation we're in right now. But we do know that it's exciting because it means, the Premier said a little while ago that as of June, the country would be fully reopened. And so whether or not there's more news to come, it's headed in the right direction.
Yeah, and this also has implications for like day trips and things like that for your guests and people coming in as well, correct?
Absolutely. So the Premier basically said that if you're headed out of the BVI for 24 hours, if you were to go to St. Martin or St. Thomas for less than 24 hours, you do not need to quarantine when you return. So that's another real big kind of win for us. I believe you do have to take a test 7 days later to ensure you don't have COVID. But again, that means day trips are allowed. So we're coming back, baby.
That's great. It is exciting. So right now for Oil Nut Bay and for let's say I'm on a charter boat and I want to come enjoy the Nova, which is an awesome restaurant there. What does this look like right now for guests wanting to come in and enjoy Oil Nut Bay?
Yeah, for sure. Great question. Everybody's asking us that question. Are you open? And the answer is yes, we are. Nova Restaurant is specifically open on the weekends right now. So that's Saturdays and Sundays. And we're doing all we can to bring in the boats on the weekend just for a bit of fun. And we're finding that we're getting a lot of the local community and whatever boaters are out there. They're coming in. We have Saturday all-day dining, and from 11:30 to 1:30, we're doing bottomless rosé. The BVI is all about the rosé. So we do bottomless rosé for those 2 first hours of business on Saturdays. And then on Sundays, it's bottomless mimosas and mojitos from 10:30 to 12:30, just to encourage people to come in and spend the day. And then, you guys have been to Nova, you've seen it, but it's really all about kind of hanging out for the day. So we have that over-the-water pool. We've got the boutique. We've got the provisioning shop in case people need to pick things up for the rest of their trip. And then we've got beautiful lounge chairs and day beds and hammocks all around. So kind of when you're finished your meal and ready to just lie around, Nova's a perfect spot to do it at. So you can do that pretty much any weekend right now. And then you can still make reservations for the marina slips and for the mooring balls during the week. On a case-by-case basis, we're kind of just making sure people are out of quarantine and then giving them access to Beach Club for dinner if that's what they want to do. But we are allowing boats into the marina at this time.
So they have to just contact you ahead of time, I imagine, call, or what's the best way for them to contact you guys?
Well, through the Bodie Ball app, of course.
Well, thanks for the shameless plug there.
Yeah. You're welcome. No, definitely we have oilnutbay.com. All the information that people need about the Marina Village and Nova, which is, the water depth charts, the rates, our ferry schedules, all that kind of stuff is on oilnetbay.com. But you can get in touch with Marina at oilnetbay.com as far as email or through you guys. We'd appreciate that very much. You can just make a slip reservation through Bodie Ball.
Yep. Yeah. And for those of you that are listening that haven't used the application, the Bodie Ball application to request reservations, it's fairly simple. There's icons in the boater application or on the website. If you go to Oil Nut Bay, there's a icon there where you can request both slip reservations or dinner reservations. And that is sent directly to the management at Oil Nut, and then they'll get back with you on whether or not there's availability. It's pretty simple.
Yep, absolutely.
Genius.
Yeah, we like to say. All right, so Shaylene, we'll circle back around to talk a little bit more about Oil Nut Bay, but wanted to ask you, how did you end up in the BVI?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I've actually long since believed that I was born in the wrong spot. I was born in Canada, in Ottawa, Canada, and I am very proud to be a Canadian from a distance. I really love that country, but I love the sunshine more. And so, growing up for me, it was all about beach, beach, beach. I went on a vacation to Belize about 10 years ago, absolutely fell madly in love with the place and decided to work my way onto a moorings boat. And I was a chef and first mate for about 2 years. So boating, is kind of in my blood at this point. And when I got off the boat and started living on land in Belize, I started working for a luxury development there, and one thing led to another. And I was offered a job in the British Virgin Islands, which I was not familiar with, but seeing that there was sunshine and water, I figured I'd be okay. And I moved down here about a year and a half ago.
Any cool stories about working as a first mate on a moorings boat?
Well, don't tell moorings.
Any that you can share.
I was going to say, don't tell moorings this, but I kind of lied about being able to cook when I first took the job.
So you figure you learned how to cook on the fly on a boat?
I did, yeah. I'm not even lying one little bit when I say that I've never cooked rice. And then, of course, when you're making lobster and seafood, you definitely want rice with it. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. But, that's what the internet is for, and I Googled some recipes beforehand, and I'm proud to say I was able to pull it off. My biggest struggle was definitely the tropical fruit and knowing how to cut them and what to do with them, because I'd never seen a bunch of them before. But yeah, I learned quickly, and it was definitely the time of my life, getting to snorkel with the guests every day and getting to go diving, and we always had our rods in the water, and we're trolling for fish, and when we caught them, we drown them in rum and then cook them up on the barbecue. So everything that people love about tartaring, it was, what I loved about the job.
So what I'm taking away from this is not a lot of rice in Canada, and definitely no tropical fruits. Is that what you're saying?
Don't blame Canada on this. It just doesn't compare to the Caribbean in my mind,
That's great. What was your favorite meal to prepare or snack on the boat for your?
Well, you guys know how it is. When people go snorkeling, for some reason they're starving afterwards. Like, you come out of the water, and it doesn't matter if you had breakfast like an hour and a half before. You get out of the water and you're like, I want a snack. And so for me, it was all about ceviche, like learning how to use the lime on the conch or the shrimp or whatever was on hand, and then maybe making some mango salsa to go with it, putting out some tortilla chips, and just making sure there was always food out when people came in from snorkeling was the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much always hungry on a boat, but yes, after snorkeling or diving, more hungry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think we've ever had ceviche or anything like that on our boat.
No, not at all. It's usually chips and whatever else, a can of nuts or something.
Bob's gonna have to step it up.
Right, is that you got to get one of the mooring chefs, right?
No, yeah, that'd be great.
I remember we used to do things like when people would, we would make a pitcher of margaritas and like open the floor hatch and make the guests or encourage the guests to swim underneath, and you pour margarita into their mouth through the floor hatch.
That's hilarious. Like the little pelicans swimming around, just their mouths open, just waiting to be fed, huh?
Exactly, little birdies.
Now, as far as the BVI, now, did you charter boats in the BVI? Or
No,
were you still in Belize?
I was still in Belize. When I come here, I came at a very unique time, right? It was right before COVID. It was a really unique year. And there was a period of time where it was all about the staycations. And so what I did get to do this year was participate in the Anegada Regatta. It was the first time I got to go and see Anegada, and I got to do it with all the local business owners and people who own the charter companies and work at the charter companies. And so I really feel kind of integrated into that community really quickly because nobody was working, so everybody was out having fun. So I did have the opportunity to go on a Horizons boat and do, the caves at Norman. And so I've been a bit spoiled in that I have gotten out a bunch this year, even though the borders were closed, maybe because the borders were closed.
Well, let's face it, you haven't had it too rough. You're sitting there at Oil Nut Bay, which is one of the prettiest spots I've seen in the BVI. And this last time we were down, actually right before COVID, we came around to Oil Nut for the first time. And I think if it wasn't for our plane trip back, my wife would probably still be there.
Yeah, we got a quick tour, and it's an amazing island. Even once you get away from where the harbor is and get the golf cart.
It is, and we like to think that it offers something a little bit different.
Cool
in the BVI, it's all about the destination, right? It's all about hitting up all the different spots along the way. And we like to think that Oil Nut Bay offers something really unique, kind of a chic, upscale option, maybe for a really great day drinking rosé, or maybe for a really nice dinner. You want to shower up and put on a dress. I know how you guys like to wear dresses, get a little spiffy. Oil Nut Bay is a really great spot to just have that kind of chic destination, day to enjoy for sure. Right, and so that's our really exciting news is that we've taken this opportunity of downtime to expand our Marina Village. So when everybody comes back in next high season, we will have a day spa open to the boaters, which I'm really excited about. You get mani-pedi stations and a hairdressing station, outdoor showers, a couples massage room, and 2 other treatment rooms. So, I mean, who, wouldn't love to get their wife that, right, for the day? You can go out fishing or something.
Oh. Yeah, my wife's made it pretty clear. I think on our next trip down, we're dropping her off at the beginning of the trip.
I have the perfect solution for you. We have these spectacular marina villas.
She fell in love with Oil Nut Bay.
Put her in a marina villa, come back and visit a couple days. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yes, right up there. They are beautiful.
Oh, the girls would love it. I mean, they get boat tired after about 3 or 4 days on the boat, and they want.
Well, and I think that's really what we're looking at with the charter companies right now, especially we've been speaking with Horizons, who's a great partner of ours, and it's all about sail and stays, whether you're going to stay in a villa right before your trip or a couple days during your trip or at the end of your trip. It's all about, getting that hot shower and being back on land for a little bit. And those marina villas allow you to kind of look over the boat. Obviously, you love the water and that kind of boating community. And, so those marina villas really cater to that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a cool option if you get a villa for a couple of days. You can still blow out and go sail, during the day and then have a nice place to stay at night that's not on a boat.
Exactly.
And, yeah, that's an excellent way to do that.
Exactly. I totally agree. And then, of course, what we're most excited about is that this next year in the North Sound, we're going to see the return of the iconic Bitter End and Saba Rock, and we are so excited to have, the neighborhood be alive again.
Yeah, no, it's great to see the construction that's going on, both at Saba, Bitter End Yacht Club. We think the more options for boaters,
we couldn't agree more.
And it has been, yeah, and I think it will definitely bring boaters back to North Sound, which is going to be great, and it will help spread out boaters because over the right before COVID, things had gotten pretty congested. We had more boats on the water than before Irma, and less places for people to go, and so the more options, the better.
I couldn't agree more, and every place offers something different, and everybody's got their day of the week and their special, and so it's all about what experience you're looking for is that day. And there's enough to go around, so we're just really excited to have such great neighbors and to see their progress. I mean, Seba's coming along so quickly. They have their tables and chairs out now, if you can believe it. So it is happening. Yeah, it looks
Really?
awesome.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, we can't wait to get back down, and we're just gonna. We're probably not gonna make it down until October, until the new season. But when we do, hopefully they'll be up and running, or at least really close.
I imagine so. I think, I imagine so. I think they've even said opening before that. I don't want to, quote them on anything, but they definitely look ready from my vantage point. So that's really exciting.
Sounds good. One of the questions, maybe my last question for you. What's your favorite drink at the bar?
Well, we offer dark and stormies to people coming off boats, which is, everybody loves that. I'm a Prosecco girl myself, which I know not everybody loves to hear. Everybody's expecting the old painkiller or rum punch. But yeah, if you hook me up with a glass of Prosecco, I will lounge all day long.
All right, so there it is. So go around, definitely on your next trip down. Make it around Oil Nut Bay. It's worth the trip. Your wives will thank you. Guys, there's plenty for you to do there as well. And
and I should mention quickly, one of the important parts of our marina is definitely we have fuel, we have water, all those things. We have mooring balls, that everybody needs to know. We have all those things as well as great food and beverages.
Full service marina.
Awesome. Hey, thank you very much for taking the time.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. You're so much fun, and I can't wait until you and everybody else comes back. And when you specifically come back, we'll make sure you're our VIPs and we treat you well.
Awesome. We will see you guys in
I'll look so
October.
forward to it. Thanks so much, guys.
We had a great time talking with Shaylene Todd from Oil Nut Bay. If you get a chance, stop by and say hi to her. Hope to see you guys down in the BVIs, and as always, be safe.